Hello, it's me again, Indah Melindasari. Today, as a migration agent, I'm going to go through the pros and the cons of do-it-yourself visa versus using a migration agent. There are so many different pathways and visa options available to migrate to Australia, depending on your situation and circumstances. To understand these options, you can use the services of a registered migration agent who are professionals with an in-depth knowledge of visa applications and processes. As part of the Code of Conduct, a registered migration agent is not allowed to give you a positive guarantee outcome of their work because the final decision on your application is made by the Department of Home Affairs. It makes you think, why should you even spend all this money on an agent when they can't even say that they can for sure get you a visa? Might as well just do the application yourself, right? And save the money. The first benefit of DIY visa is you have full control of the process. If you just do the application yourself, you have full control over the entire process. You have the freedom to make whatever choices you want in the process, and therefore you have full responsibility over every decisions made. There are so many sources of information available on the internet, especially information which you can find from the Department of Home Affairs website. Or you may come across a blog or forum explaining how easy it is to do the process on your own. Or maybe even getting information from friends or family that have been through the process themselves. But this comes with a lot of risk too. What you will find the information that you collected from the internet or friends and family may not be relevant to you. You need to understand everyone's circumstances are different. What applicable to others may not be applicable for you. The second benefit, of course, is cheaper. It's much cheaper to do the visa application yourself. So saving money is probably a very attractive reason to go through the application process on your own. A decision-ready visa application that professionally prepared for you can be very costly. It may cost thousands and thousands of dollars for an application that will give you the best chance of not getting a refusal. But how about the risk of do-it-yourself visa? So let's imagine you've done all the countless hours it takes to go through this process, put together the hundreds of documents you need, met all the deadlines for submission, and gotten together the thousands of dollars needed for your lodgement. But then, after all the hard work, your visa gets rejected. This is the worst case scenario you can have from your application, as it could mean unless you know how to go through the process properly. It will mean all that time and, more importantly, money you've spent on your application will be gone and for nothing. This can happen even from the smallest details you missed. Maybe a missed deadline for additional document submission requested, or missed a single document. You may not think this is common, but most people don't realize how strict immigration officers are while assessing the applications. If you decide to appeal, it could take more than 1 year after you lodge your appeal for it to even be processed. On top of that, the application fee to appeal for migration refusal through AAT can range from $950 to $1,826. The appeal process, at the end of the day, will add almost 1,000 or more dollars on top of the thousands you've already spent and add years onto the already lengthy process. But that's not the worst part. The cost to get a professional to fix your refusal is the bomb. Depending on the reason for your refusal, the cost for an agent to help you at this point will be start from 5,000 Australian dollars up to 25,000. This is so much more than what you would have spent if you had just used registered migration agent from the beginning, and it probably will have prevented you from getting a refusal. At this point as well, there is a fair chance that you will need professional advice or assistance with your refusal. Why? The refusal letter you receive saying why you get refused will explain the reasons of the refusal by the case officer in charge. We'll talk about migration rules and regulations that you probably won't understand or know how to reply to. As you can tell by now, it might sound attractive to save money by trying to complete the process on your own, but in the end, if you do not get everything completely right, you will find yourself spending more time and money than you ever thought you would. Worse, you could find yourself wishing, why didn't I just use a migration agent from the start? Ask yourself a question. Is it worth the risk? All the time, all the money, the stress of doing yourself visa application. Yes, there's a chance for a success, but how about the what if? So if you think it's not worth the risk, hire a professional to do the jobs. There are so many pros to hiring an agent. First, registered migration agents are authorized, represent you. We are bound by professional code of conduct. They are allowed to offer immigration assistance and advice. Second, we keep you informed and updated on your application, and we must act within your best interests. A registered agent can let you know your visa outcomes in a timely fashion. Besides, the immigration department always recommends visa application get help from a registered migration agent, as the visa process are very hard to understand and of course very difficult. Third, registered migration agent not only have an already extensive knowledge of the processes, they also have an understanding of the legal terminology used that an average person will not understand. Aside from that, we also keep up to date with all the rules and regulations that are constantly changing and updating. We know exactly what they are looking for in your application and how to put it together, and we will make sure you do not miss any of your deadlines. Because of the experience in dealing with the processes, migration agents are familiar with exactly what documents are needed, but also all the supporting documents which will make the process as quick and painless as possible. So now that we have gone through the process of the pros and the cons of doing an application yourself, you can see that although there is a chance you may save some money, the complexity and detail involved, and the fact that one mistake could ruin the whole thing. And I think you can see it is much better idea to hire the services of migration agent like us. After all, is not money, it's your future. You can feel safe knowing that your application is in our capable, experienced hands, and with our knowledge gained over the years, we can tailor your personal circumstances to put together the perfect application to guarantee the best possible outcome, no matter how complex your case. Take the first step and get in contact with us. We are experienced, trustworthy, and we seek to deliver results, and most importantly, we are here to help you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel or visit our website for the latest news and helpful information.